Your emotions are not sinful. God wants you to know that. He wants you to know that feeling angry, feeling upset, feeling confused, or a little bit worried, that's not a sin. It's not a sin to experience emotions, because think about it this way: God created our minds and He designed them so intricately to feel emotions and to have complex reactions to things in life. God created our brains to experience anger, to experience a little bit of fear, and it's a good thing. It exists in God's perfect world. Your emotions are only sinful when you allow them to control you and when they're used by the enemy as devices for harm. And put these feelings under His submission. Being angry isn't a sin by itself. It's okay to feel angry. There are going to be situations in life that really tick you off, and God wants you to know that that's okay. Come to Him with these feelings because He created you to feel. He created your mind to have these complex emotions. Our ability to feel is simply a reflection of God's character. Because do you think that Jesus never felt angry? Do you think that He was never sad? The night before He was crucified, He was crying bitter tears in the Garden of Gethsemane. And then He was flipping over tables in the temple because He was angry at sin. God experiences righteous anger. He experiences zeal for His people. And He also grieves for the sin in the world and for His people. God experiences the same emotions that you do. And those emotions by themselves are not sinful. You shouldn't be ashamed of them. But instead, you should bring them to God before the enemy can twist them and make you do something sinful because of those emotions. Really quickly, before I end you guys off, I do want to give you guys an example of how your emotions can become a footstep to the devil. In Genesis chapter 3, so the very beginning of the Bible, Adam and Eve have two sons. They have Cain and Abel. Now, Abel is somehow, some way favored by God because of his offering that he presents. And Cain gets really angry because his brother has been shown favor. He's jealous, he's angry, and that by itself is not necessarily a sin. He's feeling a little bit angry, a little bit upset. Honestly, that's just the human part of him, right? And God never condemns him for that. But then that anger gives a footstep to the devil to work through Cain, and Cain ends up killing his brother Abel. And this is what God tells Cain just moments before he tries to kill his brother. Sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you, and you must rule over it. God tells Cain that he must rule over his sin, rule over his emotions through God's grace. Obviously, that doesn't happen, and Cain falls to his emotions. He falls to the enemy who is trying to work within him to control his sin, and he kills his brother. He commits probably the second sin ever committed in the Bible. And he does it all because he didn't